Add the section I'm about to show you to your product pages to increase the conversion rate on your store immediately. First, to understand why this section performs, so that you can implement it on your own store, you have to understand these 3 fundamental stages that your customer goes through before buying. And how well your sections on your product page and landing page takes them through these 3 stages is what will actually determine your conversion rate. The stages are desire, believability, and assurance. In the desire stage, your visitors are essentially asking, what do I get? Why do I need this? Why should I invest time and money into this product? If you can effectively answer these 3 questions with your sections and your copywriting on your page, then you will successfully make them desire your product. Then, once they desire your product, you have to add believability to the desire. The believability stage is about diffusing objections from the logical mind. You can desire a product emotionally or logically, or both. To simplify things, humans take actions based on either emotional or logical reasons. Ideally, you should create emotional and logical desire for your product in the desire stage, but in the believability stage, it is more about making the logical mind of your visitor to stop working against you and join your team. You can look at the logical mind as the regulator of human behavior. 2 of the key roles of the human's prefrontal cortex, which is in effect the majority of your logical mind, is future planning and impulse control. So when your visitors get a feeling that they desire your product because of a promised benefit or dream outcome, the logical mind will step in and say, okay, but why do we need this right now? Are there other cheaper alternatives? Is it worth the price? Will this even work for me specifically? And it will just keep coming up with these logical objections to stop your emotional mind from acting on impulse and on short-term thinking. This is why the believability stage is all about getting the logical mind on your team. So how do we accomplish that? You have to present proof that your visitor will actually get the promised benefits and the promised dream outcome simply by buying your product. If you can present proof of this, the logical mind will approve of the emotional mind's impulse to move forward in the buying process. The section I'm going to show you now in this video, with examples from 5 of the biggest brands using this section, is one of the best sections to get your visitors past the believability stage and onto the last stage, which is assurance. I will make videos on both the desire stage and the assurance stage in later videos, but for this video I'm focusing on one of the best sections for the believability stage. Lastly is the assurance stage of the buying process, which is essentially your guarantees, delivery information, and customer service. The reason for this stage is that step 1 is about getting your visitors' desire to make a purchase. Stage 2, believability, is about getting the visitor's logical mind to believe that the visitor will actually get the promised benefit and the promised dream outcome from buying the product. To do this, we demonstrate proof, like the section I will show you now in this video. But stage 3, assurance, is about giving your visitors the feeling of comfort and safety that if the information you are presenting in your website and in your ads is not actually how the product is, they are still not taking any risk by going through with their purchase. Because sometimes companies misrepresent their benefits and lie about the product, which is why we have this skepticism that we need some form of security that in the case that the information which made them buy the product is actually not correct information, they are still not at risk of losing money and can simply contact customer service or use the money back guarantee to simply get their money back. Now that you understand the 3 fundamental stages your visitors go through before they convert and make a purchase on your website, let me show you the section which you can use to increase your conversion rate by drastically improving the believability stage of your product page. Now let's get straight into the 5 examples of big brands using this section. Now finally, what is the section which will drastically improve the believability stage on your product page? It's having an excellent statistics section, like Dore Rose have here. They have this slider of 3 statistics elements with statistics from their customers. And what is genius about this is that any store can implement a section like this because it's not a scientific study. It is simply just sending an email with a form to their customers asking if they have experienced benefit 1, benefit 2, and benefit 3. So from there you can get statistics on how many percentage of your customers are actually experiencing the benefits you are promising. As you see here in the desire stage, they are promising well-rested eyes, reduced bags, elimination of dark circles, and reduction of fine lines. And then right under where they promise these benefits, they then have this statistics section, which presents proof to the logical mind that they are actually very likely to get these benefits, almost guaranteed. If you don't already have a statistics section on your product page, I'll now show you 4 more examples of big brands with different statistics sections so that you have everything you need to implement this on your own store right after watching this video. Next example is Omnilux, and I love how they have done their statistics section here because they have mixed it with a before and after section and made it into one section. Because as you see here, they have these statistics in this slider in a clinical study which only had 25 participants. And this is what is so nice about the statistics section. It's a very low barrier to entry. You would look at these sections and think you need Andrew Huberman researching your product and its benefits to get statistics and scientific evidence of the benefits. But of course, if you have scientific evidence, that's the best. But simply presenting statistics from your customer's experience with the product and which benefits they experience can be just as effective as displaying actual scientific proof. Instead, create a simple survey asking your customers if they have experienced X, Y, and Z benefit from your product. And then you have your statistics, which you can use to create a section like this. And a tip is to send this survey to your warmest and most engaged customer segment. I love the layout Omnilux has gone for here because it's very interactive and it also displays a before and after for each statistic. So instead of only looking at numbers and statistics, which are purely logical, you can also look at a visual proof of before and after to support the statistics. This is always the most effective to show both logical and often text copywriting combined with visual proof or visual support of what you're saying in your text. The third example is AG1, which have a really good team doing their conversion rate optimization. Here is their statistics section. And they have built their landing page more like a funnel where you can dive deep into the areas which you have the most objections in. So here they only mention this statistic, but if this is something you have an objection against, you need some scientific evidence that this works. If you're that type of customer, they have made it so that you can click here and be taken to a page where they present a bunch of scientific evidence and discuss this evidence in a convincing way. I'll make a video in the future about how you can set up your website to be more like a funnel, like AG1, so you don't waste precious space on your page on objections which your customer is not actually interested in, but give them the option to click and explore deeper into the information which they need the most to purchase from you. But that's going to be in a future video, so let's focus on the statistics section here. Here they have one more statistic. Increase in short chain fatty acid production. So this page of AG1 is obviously for the people which are very interested in the research and scientific evidence behind AG1. So that's why there's so much advanced information here, because I've actually clicked through to get to the scientific part of the website. But in their actual landing page, they have this one statistics section here to convince the logical mind that the product is not just claiming benefits, but that there's a lot of science behind it and that the benefits come from the increase in healthy bacteria in the gut. The fourth example is Copenhagen Grooming, which you've probably heard of. Here they have their statistics section, and they also have a very good team on their conversion rate, and they have had this section for a long time through many iterations of their product page. So it's very safe to assume that this section is working pretty well for Copenhagen Grooming. One of the main dream outcomes that Copenhagen Grooming is promising in their marketing and website is that if you have patches of beard missing, like stubborn spots which won't grow when the rest of your beard is growing, they promise a dream outcome that Copenhagen Grooming's product will fix this stubborn spot. And as you see here, that is the statistic they have the most focus on here and which is the most prominent. It is this 94% activation of new facial hairs. So you see that there's a lot of thought going into which statistics to present in correlation to which dream outcome and benefits you're actually you're promising your customer. So make sure that your statistics section is completely aligned and optimized for the main dream outcomes and benefits you're promising your customers. Last example is Gleeman, which have a really good page in general. I would recommend you to check out their product pages and homepage. As you see here, they have in their 5th image in the media gallery, they actually have a statistics image inside the media gallery. So they have a statistics section, I'll show you, but they also in their media gallery cover the statistics in an image so that the people who swipe before they scroll down can see the statistics very soon after landing on the product page. The actual statistics section they have, you will find down here. It is also a consumer study, which they have done. And as you see, this is also very simple. It just presents the numbers. I think it would work better if they had some media or some visual support, but in the section right above, they do actually have this slideshow of before and afters. So this is probably designed to complement the statistics section. The thing which sticks out from Gleeman is that they have some insanely impressive statistics. 100% agree skin looks more radiant and healthier. 94% agree skin looks and feels smoother. And as you see, the study is based on 36 people. And what I think they've done here, and I don't know this, but what I think they've done is they have probably done this study with their most satisfied customers. So they have probably sent this survey to customers which have already left a really positive review on their website and asked them to fill out this survey. I won't take a stance on if this is right or wrong or misrepresenting. That's completely your responsibility as an e-commerce owner. And again, I don't know which type of customers they have asked to fill out the survey. I'm just sharing my thoughts based on my observations. Increase your conversion rate right away by implementing a statistics section like shown in this video. And please leave a comment down below if you have any other examples of big brands with excellent statistics sections. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell to see more content like this, and I will see you in the next conversion rate video.